months ago, the rate was now up to 6 vid pages scraped for every one visitor, and it's accelerated. That now it's actually 15 scrapes for every one visitor. And what's changing is not that fewer people are searching the internet, so that Google is scraping more. It's that more and more of the answers to Google are being answered right on Google's page. That AI box at the top of Google is now absorbing that content that would have gone to the original content creators. And that's the good news for content creators. If you look at OpenAI 6 months ago, it was 250 scrapes to one visitor. If you look at it today, it's almost 1,500 scrapes to one visitor. And what that means is that if you're making money through subscriptions, through advertising, any of the things that content creators are doing today, visitors aren't going to be seeing those ads. They're not going to be buying those subscriptions anymore. And that means it's going to be much, much harder for you to be a content creator.
So, Matthew, one of the questions that I have is the economics of the shift when the user starts to pay. So, for example, I'm a subscriber now to ChatGPT. I think I'm a subscriber to Gemini. Actually, I've got a subscription, I believe, also to Anthropic. But I'm in an unusual and blessed place to be able to pay for these services. Longer term, how are the economics of these businesses going to work if there is no advertising and if things are not being sent back to other people?
Well, I think there may be advertising. The advertising might show up in the AI companies, but you're reading that derivative content. You're not reading the original content. Imagine that, I went and said, I'm not going to watch CNBC anymore. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, what are all the interesting
Blasphemy. Don't even say
as an example, but
don't even say that. Okay, so but then the question, but and by the way, you're right on. As a content creator, and that's what we do for a living, there is a fundamental question about whether these services or others ultimately should be paying for some kind of access to this information. And then the question is, what does that business model look like, do you think? And is there any chance of a model ever even being created? Or are the tech companies, like they have in the past, moving so quickly that there's really no opportunity, and by the time something gets settled in court 10 years later, the horse is out of the barn?
I think if the answer is court, then you're right. The horse will be out of the barn. But I think the answer can be actually technology. You can use services like Cloudflare, and this is what we're working with the largest content creators to do, to say, you can't access my content if you're an AI crawler unless you pay me for that content.
Pay
and
me.
That's exactly what the future has to be. The fuel that runs these AI engines.
That's Montenegro online. ME, the international code for Montenegro. Zeta. This episode is Zeta Click. The Zeta Click. We're thinking about how new internet users who don't even know what the old engine looks like. So, the Balkans, Yugoslavia, they're now not just playing Minecraft.
Is original content. So that content has to get created in order for these AI engines to work. And if you look at the most thoughtful AI companies that are out there, they understand that they have to pay for content. Someone like OpenAI has actually done content deals with a lot of people, but they can't be the suckers. They can't be the only ones paying when their competitors aren't. So what content creators have to do is restrict access to the content, create that scarcity, and say, you're not going to get my content unless you're actually paying me for creating that content.
Enough. This is enough for this episode.
That was just sort of a way station, sort of something that's going to get over the hump. There is going to be a day where you might be able to remove the content creators completely. I know of a number of sort of, I don't know, a couple news organizations, but sort of news organizations that think that they can sort of cobble together the news, if you will.
I'm a pornographer. I make pornography. I'm not a content creator. So, pornography should be, a practice. It's a martial practice where you suggest lewd ideas daily. A general progression for your audience.
Things is possible to be able to create it off of something like an X, and what you think that means.
Well, I think in that case, so first of all, I actually am much more optimistic about the future of content sort of.
You better own a football team if you want content.
Quick hitting headline first.
Listening to these news heads, they ain't got nothing anyways. CNBC, goddamn, that's NBC. How could they complain that they ain't got no content? That's a national broadcasting company. Commercials. The radio is going to give me the score of the Indiana Pacers game in 5 minutes. I want to relive. I want to hear my local announcers tell me the score of that Pacer game. And chat is alive. Hitler 2.0 in the chat. Oh shit. Hitler 2.0 in the chat. It's like they remember me from oh, you said that last time, you know, I know you keep coming back. How do you say 2.0? It's the... They might play the Cars for Kids jingle. Pulse nightclub. Who day? I mean, who's gonna play the Eagles next? My guys. It was nice seeing Reggie Miller at that. I'm gonna like to see Joe Burrow be humbled when we see the Eagles play the Bengals next. Joe Humble Joe. I just ate my can of beans and 3 tortillas. It's only in some streets. If you go down some streets, like, I'm always ready. If you want to tell me to put my mask on, hey, put your mask on. I mean, I've had the mask for 10 years, roughly. I think I picked it up in the summer of 2015. I ordered it online. I had about 5 different ones and I lost 4 of them. So, I mean, if I need to cover my face, yeah, I always got my mask. I still got my mask. Mask it or casket. You see the little emojis I just put down for you? That's the IQ level. Masket or casket IQ. Well, I'm not vaccinated. I didn't take the shot. I mean, that's what you should be asking, right? Here comes the radio with the score. Dodgers beat the Yankees. 5 home runs for the Dodgers.
Washington led 10-0 at the top of the first and won in Arizona 11-7. Phillies lost, Mets won. Those two now tied for first place in the NL East. To the NBA, Indiana won the Eastern Conference Finals.
Indiana won.
6 over New York, 125-108. Pascal Siakam with 31 points. The NBA Finals start Thursday in Oklahoma City. Coco Gauff won a third-round match at the French Open, and Scotty Scheffler leads the Memorial by 1 stroke. I'm Steve DeSager.
Amazing. Amazing. So New York lost twice today. That's the Knicks lost, and of course the Dodgers came in and beat them. Beat the Yankees. Because beating the Knicks doesn't mean shit. The Knicks are trash. The Dodgers beat the real New York. New York was defeated thoroughly today. Don't let Indiana say they do nothing except beat some trash ass team from. I don't feel sorry for Indiana, and Tony said OKC's gonna win the championship, and that's what you get for dragging out Reggie Miller during the Bob Cousy trophy presentation. Reggie Miller should have had nothing to do with that trophy ceremony. He should waiting a week. He says, "I'll come out with the commissioner when the NBA Finals championship trophy is out."
Passing lanes at 417 turnovers in the game, scored a ton of points, a lot of easy buckets.
Pacers, you ain't getting no 17 turnover. Well, I heard Oklahoma's their defense is just mugging people, and the Knicks have 17 turnovers today, inflating Indiana's defensive, footprint. OKC. Hey, Uncle. What's up, kids? What up? Vato. Orale. Look, well, this is La Rap. Only got three views on my last episode. Shit, what the fuck? 11 views on my last episode. Shit. clicking on Tom Brady throwing a reverse spiral football. Tom is throwing the regular clockwise spiral football. But Tom is going to throw a counterclockwise football. Okay, they put the camera on the football so you can see it leave Tom Brady's hand. Vertasium channel posts at 11 middle of the night. It's fucking June. It's fucking June. Skibbity June. I'm watching Tom Brady throw a football right now. There's 25 minutes left on this video. Tom, get to the throw. Now they're showing Civil War bullets spin. I saw Tom throw the football with a counterclockwise spin. looking at this Big Show's leg video. What's wrong with Big Show's leg?